keep on rising. So could someone try and tell me what is happening? Because yet them politicians keep preaching for the poor ones they are fighting, but not such a thing. Because every day when I make a pass by the shop, I could see the price keep going up on the poor ones back. And the wages, like it's missing men that believe, and like no one they can break it, so they condemn me. Because every day when I make a pass by the shop, I could see the price keep going up on the poor ones back. And the wages, like it's missing men that believe, and like no one they can break it, so they condemn me. Of the rich ones, because they is the one I see keep on owning, while the poor ones keep on grunting, suffering and dying. Because every day when I make a pass by the shop, I could see the price keep going up on the poor ones back. And the wages, like it's missing men that believe, and like no one they can break it, so they condemn me. Because every day when I make a pass by the shop, I could see the price keep going up on the poor ones back. The wages, like it's missing men that believe, and like no one they can break it, so they condemn me. While some men only sit down weeping, laughing and believing. Because every day when I make a pass by the shop, I could see the price keep going up on the poor ones back. And the wages, like it's missing men that believe, and like no one they can break it, so they condemn me. Because every day when I make a pass by the shop, I could see the price keep going up on the poor ones back. And the wages, like it's missing men that believe, and like no one they can break it, so they condemn me. I know I see what happening, and yet still man some of my people just behind them as dogs begging. They cannot see how those vampire society keep on sucking we just because of money. Because every day when I make a pass by the shop, I could see the price keep going up on the poor ones back. And the wages, like it's missing men that believe, and like no one they can break it, so they condemn me. Because every day when I make a pass by the shop, I could see the price keep going up on the poor ones back. And the wages, like it's missing men that believe, and like no one they can break it, so they condemn me. But I do know the time will come when you of yourself will recognize what I am doing towards the poor ones. So I do hope this message will go floating in the air as a natural penetration towards the ears of all the leaders throughout the world, so that they can see the needs of the poor ones. This is something coming from the man of truth, better known as the man African teller. Chanting with the power of Jah Rastafari, Selassie I the first. Hey!
This is not politics. Please don't forget, I'm just practicing to be a poet. Not qualified as yet, but have no fear, I'm gonna get there. I'm not in this world to live up to your expectation. Neither are you in to live up to mine. I don't owe no one, no obligation. No one knows me none, so everything is fine, fine. I say I am that I am, I am, I am, I am. I am that I am, I am, I am, I am. I am that I am, I am, I am, I am. I am that I am, I am, I am, I am. Serious business. There is a time for everything, and for everything there is a season. So man and man must.
Good night to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name is Sheldon Scott. I'll be with you up until the 10 o'clock hour.
No rocket science.
Yes, the 10 o'clock hour.
So relax your mind, make sure everything is fine, while I take you down a poetic line. Trick us with campaign promises, we won't stay at ease, that's the way it is. We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain, but you now refrain, you now refrain. I remember you say Liberation Day, and I ask, you sure is that you wanna say? Cause you sounded so good to believe. And deception is a powerful thing when you lose your rightful thinking. So we voted.
Let me say a special good night to you, Mary and Winston. Officer Mary, good night to you and Winston.
The way it is, we've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain, but you now refrain, you now.
Zayla, good night to you, my dear.
All the way is
Sherma Jeremiah, good night to you as well.
cell phone ring, man answering, yellow, yellow, no hello. Teeth get yellow, house gets yellow, bus.
Exalia, good night to you.
Even green get yellow, and so
Zoe, good night. Neela and Namara, it's bedtime. Good night to you.
won't stay at ease, that's the way it is. We've waited in vain, hoping you'll
Deshaun, good night.
you now refrain. You
And out there in London, let me say a special good night to Nadine, Jason, and Shirley, yeah?
don't know what to go get. So
No, Jocelyn is listening as well.
regret. But what on earth lasts forever? Not even things created by the great Jehovah. So the green grass ceased to grow to allow the yellow vibes to flow.
Roy and Miss Ermelin out there in Happy Hill, good night to you as well.
We never know yellow would have treat us so. When you trick us with campaign promises, we won't stay at ease, that's the way it is. We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain, but you now refrain.
Good night to all of you joining us via the YouTube, all of you joining us via the Facebook. Yes, the Facebook is up tonight. I sorted that issue out.
Past administration, the cause of frustration. Past administration, past administration.
Yeah, the buzz boss and while the buzz boss might be at the meeting up there in River Sally. There is a meeting in progress at River Sally. I was hoping that I could have gotten a live feed from that meeting, but it doesn't seem as though that's happening.
No employment for the ordinary man. When you trick us with campaign,
Good night to you, Dennis Fabry out there in Long Island.
that's the way it is. We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain, but you now refrain, you now refrain. All your projects are tough.
Folks, the phone lines are open as soon as we start tonight. It is the midweek meditation. Yeah, we're looking at what gone already and what we expect for the rest of the week. Yeah, and we could talk about some other things as well. Huh?
No water to cool down the yellow.
I feel I will play a couple new clips tonight again. Yeah,
Please answer that.
I've been really clipping. Yeah, let me tell you, one of the listeners made sure, because they know I was having problems to create the clips. One of the listeners contacted me, and I've even lost the number because as we had to reset the WhatsApp, I've lost your number. Listen, I know you're listening. Yes, they knew that we were having problems. They ensured that we got the equipment to make sure that we have the clips flowing. So I'm making sure that the clips flowing. Eh?
But you now refrain. You now refrain. Busy governing. Busy managing.
Glenda Robinson, please behave yourself on the live tonight, please.
Inflicting poverty and hunger throughout Grenada. 1,000 Frenchmen can never be wrong, but you hold your yellow conviction strong, strong, strong.
Antonito, I don't know where you are. I haven't seen you pop up yet, but I know that you're somewhere around listening. Those of you listening via 92.9 Sister Isle Radio out there on the beautiful Sister Isles of Carriacou and Petit Martini, we say a special good night to each and every one of you. Hope that you all are having a wonderful, wonderful night. Eh?
We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease this strain, but you now refrain.
Folks, yeah, I'm going to start one time. I have a serious problem with some photos and a video that I saw yesterday. And it involves a secondary school. I know it's secondary school. I won't say it on air for specific reasons. People tend to label and all that sort of thing. And yeah, even big folks, they tend to bully children when an event takes place at a particular school. So I'll refrain from calling the name. And please, any one of you that do know what school it is, if you're calling on that issue, please refrain. I'm going to ask very nicely. Please refrain from calling the school's name. Yeah? And the reason I'm saying that is because not only children bully here in Grenada, the adults bully as well. So if they know it has taken place in school A, they are going to interfere with the children from that particular school. It's not a nice thing. It happens. Yes, so we're going to avoid, if you're speaking on that issue, please, if you, like me, know which school it is, we're able to make out which school it is, please avoid saying so. All right? But I'm saying I have a serious problem. Now, first, before I get into problem, I want to give some praise. And I want to give some praise to the members of the Royal Grenada Police Force who were able to go to that institution and secure those weapons. Let me say again, I'm not going to put up the video and so on. I'm not going to be spreading that. No. I'll say again, I want to congratulate the men and women of the Royal Grenada Police Force on the excellent job they did at going into that school. Because to me, that looks like, just before a prison riot, when prisoners making up, they get a shank and all kind of thing and they have a set of weapons inside there because they're going and have a prison riot. Those are you that used to watch things like Oz and so on. Yeah, that's what it was looking like. And while I may think it's not a laughable matter because any one of those items could have been used to injure or even kill another student, either at the school or off the compound. It says that there is a much larger problem. I myself am going to make sure that I go to that institution tomorrow myself, that I am going to offer any assistance that I can to the principal and the teachers of that institution to help deal with those problems. I've spoken to one or two friends of mine, one or two people who are interested, who have done this sort of work before, and who are interested in working with young people towards positive development. So I'm going to make myself available. As stretched as I am at times, I am going to make myself available because I believe it's that important. And anyone else who wants to assist in whatever way to ensure that what we saw circulating there via social media yesterday does not end up escalating into a body somewhere or a video of somebody bleeding being rushed to the general hospital. Yeah? We need to ensure that we all play whatever part we can play. Yeah, when it comes to those issues, we need to make sure that we all can play whatever part it is that we can play. It doesn't have to be that you went to a particular school or that your child is going to that particular school. Because if something like that is taking place in one secondary school, I'm pretty sure if the RGPF did simultaneous raids, not only on that institution, but several other institutions at the same time, they definitely, don't say my child not in that and this school and that school not in it. They definitely would have found the same sort of things in some other schools. Because some of these children bringing this thing, believing that they are protecting themselves against other children, sometimes within the same institution, sometimes from other institutions. Sometimes it's not even children, it's elder folks that are out there that are constantly harassing them, and they see the need. They don't have the thought process as somebody who might be in their 40s or their 50s to say, well, no, let me reason this thing, let me contact the police, let me contact somebody else to speak. No, they are, hey, if they come for me, I go deal with them. So we have to speak with these young people, work on their mindsets. Parents, please, please, please. I said it last week, and you all saw the evidence of what I was saying yesterday. I said it to you all last week. I said as parents, we all need to search our children's bag. No matter how small it is, we all need to search our children's bag. Don't let them feel they're too big. Once they're in your home, search their bags. Their bags are subject to search and seizure. Yeah? Let them know. Your bag is subject to search and seizure with penalties for anything that is found inside there that ought not to be inside there. Because you will not like to hear that your child has left home and never returns. Because they had to go and lie down on a slab in one of the funeral homes, whether it's Wayne, whether it's by Lacroix, or whether it's by Otway. You would not like to hear that. And we wish that for nobody. Not even my worst enemy if I had enemies. Just have people that I dislike. I don't have enemies. But I wouldn't wish it on anybody. So in the same way, I will take the responsibility to talk to mine. You take the responsibility to talk to yours. I'm also taking the responsibility to talk to others as well. We all need to play a part when it comes to this thing. That is frightening, you know. Frightening. What I saw there, those photos that I saw there are very frightening and concerning. Yeah? So we have to do, and listen, the search your bag thing is not only for the boys, you know. Let me repeat. The search and seizure of bags is not only for the boys. Some of you don't realize your girl children just as dread as some of them fellas. In some instances, even more dread. Yeah, they put on a nice bow in the hair and they go to school nice and prim and proper and so on, and they leave them, bye mommy, bye daddy, and they go on to school. You ain't search the bag though. You ain't know what inside there. You might be very, 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 very surprised at what you find in between those notebooks in the geometry set. Yeah, in the pencil pouch. You might be very, very surprised what you find in there. And sometimes down in the socks, inside the shoes. Yeah, you might be very surprised what you find hidden on your child. So please, parents, again, I'm making the call as a parent myself that we continue to search the school bags and the person as well. Anything found that is not supposed to be there is subject to search. They're subject to search, and anything searched and found subject to seizure and penalties. Yeah? Might only see daylight when they're going to school and coming home. Mightn't see it outside of that. So we have to do that. We don't want a situation. We do not want a situation. Let me repeat. None of us want a situation where one child kills another child or injures or for the rest of the other child life, cripple that child. None of us want a situation like that, and as such, we all have to do what we have to do. So as I said, I'm going to make myself most visible tomorrow. I will ensure that I go to that particular institution. Yeah? And I will offer. They could take it, they could don't take it. I'm offering my help. Yeah? And anybody else who is interested, please do so as well. All right, folks, the phone number here is 440-7377. That's 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside. Also, 347-329-3101. And some folks have been telling me about a situation in St. Mark with demolition of some buildings on the coast. I am not clear on it. From what I have been hearing, it is as the result of a high court case. So I want to be very careful in anything that I say in relation to that, because I do not have the judgment. I do not know the circumstances surrounding it. I would say, though, that it is a very sad situation for fishermen, because remember, what you have done is that you have affected in a negative way the livelihoods of these individuals. That much I could say. Yeah? You can, in fact, the administration, even though knowing that it's a private thing, if they cared about people, what they should have done is knowing that that was going to take place. If it's private property that these things are on, and not a government-related thing, if it's a private property that it's on, they could have spoken to the property owner, said to the property owner, give us 3 months, give us 3 months, give us 4 months, give us 6 months. We want to find another location so that we can relocate these individuals from. Yeah? That we could relocate these individuals. Because from what I picked up, if it's a high court judgment, is not government. That is, and we want to be clear on that. Yeah? But if government cares about these people, and if government cared about these people, they would speak to the owners of the property and tell them, look, give us 3 months, give us 4 months, give us 6 months at the most. You have a judgment in your hand. Nothing can stop you if you want to do it in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or even today. Nothing can stop you. But we are asking just to give us the opportunity so that these people do not lose their livelihood. So you have people there to take the boat engine, and who knows what they had to do with it, the boat engine, everything had to go. Yeah? So at least if you know that this is happening, even if it started already, nothing stops you from intervening. You can be in a constituency and say you is the man in charge of constituency. Although we know you're fast and out of place, because we know that the Honorable Dr. Clarice Modest is the Member of Parliament and much loved, unbeaten Member of Parliament for that constituency. But if you're saying and you're claiming you is the man in charge and you is the boss man and so for that constituency, what we would expect of you is that when a situation like that arises, that you would do what the Honorable Clarice Modest, did I say Clarice Charles? Clarice Modest would do, and that you would step in. Yeah, that is what Dr. Clarice Modest would do. She would have stepped in, contact the property owners, she would have spoken to them, she would say, well, okay, here's what. Give us a look at 3 months, give us a look at 6 months, let's move them to another location. Yeah, you have your judgment in hand. So no matter what, you're going to get your property, you're going to get it. But let us safeguard these individuals. They have families. Some of them may have loans that they are paying back. Yeah? This is how they live. This is how they put food on their table and the tables of others. Yeah? In 1 or 2 instances, it seems as though you had some persons that were actually most likely staying there. So we're saying that that is a sad situation. Yes, we understand it's a situation with private property from what I've been picking up. Yeah, and that there is a high court judgment in relation to it. So I'm not challenging the judgment. I'm not challenging what the high court has said. I'm not challenging the ownership. I'm saying what was done. If you had a group of people that cared about people in office, they would have ensured that what was done in a proper manner. You would have ensured that you moved these people to a place where they were safe, where the equipment was safe, rather than you just dump a boat and people engine always disappearing on that side on the west coast there anyway. People engine disappearing all the time, so at least they would have got the opportunity to move. Sometimes the engine might not be working and they were working on it, they were fixing, they were waiting on a part and so on. Yeah? So at least you could have moved those things to a storage area until you complete something for them. Right? That's just my view in relation to that particular issue. Again, 440-7377. That's 440-73. What is this now? 440-7377. Oh, that's not Grenada. Yeah, luckily. 440-7377. 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to get onto the inside. Folks, remember to like and share the program. Like and share the program.
Hello, teeth get yellow, house gets yellow, bus gets yellow.
So again, those of you that can offer some assistance to, it could be a primary school in your area, it can be a secondary school. You want to mentor some young people and so on. Try and speak with them. Yeah, try and speak with the people in that particular area. Try and speak with the teachers, the principals. There may be some young people that you might be able to guide along the right path.
To diminish regret. But what on earth lasts forever?
And let me call on our religious leaders and things like this. I would expect that those would have been the people that leading the charge.
But boy, one song.
I would definitely have thought that those were the people that were in front of the line to get to those schools to make sure that they do what has to be done, yeah? That they sit and pray with these young people and give guidance and counseling to these young people, huh? Not that people only seeing you on Sunday when you come on the pulpit and then you talk and nobody could respond to you. No, I would think that if you are one of the church leaders and you have a certain responsibility, that you would find yourself in the various schools and offer yourselves. I know that the at a point in time, the Anglican Men's League, I know that they did that. They worked along with many schools around the islands. They would go have interactive sessions with some of the youths that were giving trouble and so on. So I know that they did it, yeah. I do not know if it continues, but I know that that was being done at a point in time.
In vain, hoping you'll ease this strain, but you now refrain. All your projects are stuck in a pipeline.
So let me say to the pastors, don't try to only be involved at the point in time when you have to stand over a casket and say that we should never see another young one go. Try to avoid it getting to that stage in the first place, yeah?
The yellow temperature. When will they start? Please answer that. Oh, soon. Maybe by the next full moon. Things are turning at a very slow pace. We now run no race. 5 years is a lot of space. It's just a few hungry people in a place.
And folks, 2 weeks, 3 days.
With the vexed face.
We are still yet to hear from the cabinet of Grenada in relation to the issue of national security. Now you have this sort of thing taking place in the schools, and we are yet to hear a single minister utter a word in relation to this issue. I realize that they're playing a ducking game, eh?
Busy inflicting poverty and hunger throughout Grenada. 1,000 Frenchmen can never be wrong.
They're having activities where they make presentations. So they went up in St. John's with this the health thing in conjunction with the church, and so they went up to St. John. They made a presentation, but they are not placing themselves in positions where they are going to be questioned. Yeah? The Prime Minister has been back on island getting close to a week now. We still have a prisoner on the loose, a person who has been convicted, who has been charged with capital murder, yeah?
And will we vote you?
And not because their nickname is Magic mean they're supposed to just disappear.
They cloned. And however,
but that individual is still unaccounted for. Yeah, unless they hold him within the last few hours. So that individual is still unaccounted for. Yeah? And I think that it is unfair that up to this point in time, while we've heard from the Royal Grenada Police Force, that we cannot find this individual and you're not hearing anything. Yeah, you're not hearing anything. So we need to, folks, I've put up the picture just to give you all a reminder of what the individual looks like. Yes, I've put up the picture so you all know what the individual looks like. So in case you see this person in your vicinity, in your neighborhood, in case you glimpse them passing through the cocoa or wherever it is, or you see them hiding out in the bush, make sure that you contact the Royal Grenada Police Force, please. Yeah? Make sure that you contact the Royal Grenada Police Force, because it seems as though magic is really magic because he disappeared. Yeah? All right. 44073. Yeah, you all in calling tonight. Nice. 4407377.
Pressure and hunger. And from the mouth of Grenada, only one thing I utter. The Congress neglect us. The Congress fail us.
You know, it says to me as well, the fact that the Prime Minister refuses to talk and all his ministers, they seem to have a gag order on them. Everybody seemed to have been shut up. It tells me that there are some dictatorial tendencies within the ruling administration as it is. Not a man move unless their dear leader says move. Yeah? Not a man move, not a man or woman talk unless their dear leader says that you can. So you have the situation where the Prime Minister was off island, so it seems as though the order was passed. Nobody say anything unless I talk or unless I tell you what to say. And you still have the situation where it seems as though that order is in place because, I mean, this morning, today is Wednesday. And on Wednesday mornings, he usually has a representative from government that goes on to the To The Point program. No one showed up this morning. No one showed up this morning. It tells me that they're hiding. Whoever it was that was supposed to show up there this morning did not show up. And most likely, it would have been a minister. It means they're hiding. But it also shows you the character of the individual who's in charge of them. I know many times you have different issues and so. Sometimes Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell would speak on it. Or you would have another member of the cabinet speak in relation to that issue. You very rarely had a situation where you have a post-cabinet press briefing. There's a topical issue. The question is asked of the cabinet member that's sitting there and they could not answer or at least give a response in relation to the issue. They wouldn't know that something is topical and come there without having a response in relation to it. But this government doesn't seem to be thinking along those lines. Is unless the boss say we could say something, we have to hush. And since he fire run, all man frightened, they lose the 14,000. Since he fire run. Hey, run. How studies going, boy? Today is day 2? Yeah, no, day 3? No, today is day 2 because it's supposed to start on the 4th of March, right? So today is supposed to be, no, if it's the 4th of March, yeah, today is day 3. So how is it going, man? Yeah? Well, we hear it was going good before you start, so we want to hear how it's going now that you're actually supposed to have started, right? Nice. Yeah, we want to know how it's going now. Oh, boy. Good night to you, my good friend in the south. Eh? Good night to you, my friend in the south. Yes, trouble in the midterm shoot. Yes, I'm seeing some pictures coming out from River Sally. Yes, the River Sally meeting is taking place tonight. I see some pictures coming out from that meeting. Folks, also remember the NNP St. John branch. They are having an oil down and cake sale. That's coming up on the 16th of March 2024. The price is only $20. Starting time at 11:30 a.m. So it's going to be Grand Roy right next to the close to the medical station. We're going to medical station on top. So the down by the road. So you know close there? Right. So it's going to be in Grand Roy, close to the medical station. So we need you all to support the NNP St. John branch. They have the oil down and cake sale. That's taking place on Saturday, the 16th of March, 2024. Folks, also remember your donations to my good friend Turkey. Yeah, we can't forget our friend Turkey. Remember the account number, 211093. Yeah, 211093 at the Nexa Credit Union. All right, fast and easy process. You just walk in, you tell them, hey, I'm looking to account 211093. I want to make a deposit, and within less than 5 minutes, you're out of there. All right, so you could always go and do that one. 440-737-347-329-3101. All you quiet, okay. Yeah, you hear all the quiet? Nice, okay. I know all you want to know, so let me fix all your update now. I know all you need, so let me give all you some of that right about now, eh?
Cause with campaign promises, we won't stay at ease.
You know, it was very interesting for me over the past couple days to listen over a lot that was said during the campaign. You know, when you are supporting one particular political party, a lot of times, because you are involved in the rallies and the different village meetings and so, you most times don't get an opportunity to listen in depth to things that the other side is saying. And I've been taking the time and listening to some of what was being said recently. Yeah, I was taking the chance and listened to a lot of what was being said. And you know, it's very strange. Let me see if I can find one here. For instance, let me see if I can get this one to queue up properly. Right. And it's very interesting when you listen to some, not just at the rallies, but some of the village meetings to hear things that were being said. So let's hear this particular one. But some of the village... Okay, I don't know why that is happening tonight. Let's just make sure that everything is where it is. Yeah, Back to the Future. Nice. Good.
Housing while they can catch themselves. It is criminal to have a woman with children in those conditions, and you have the current housing scheme provided by the people of China still locked up, still closed up, an entire year after it was handed over to you by the Chinese government. So you prefer your people to remain homeless and to be on the street than to give them housing that was not provided by you, that was not built by you, but that is part of a grant from the Chinese government, yet you have security guarding the complex. The complex is empty, and our citizens can't even drive down to examine the quality of the housing. Under the National Democratic Congress government, that will end. And the people in our communities who are vulnerable and who need the houses will be given the houses. But I want to go further and say this.
Now, folks, it's very interesting what the Prime Minister is speaking about there, because he's speaking about the Chinese low-income houses.
While they can catch themselves. It is criminal to have a woman with children in those conditions, and you have the current housing scheme provided by the people of China still locked up, still closed up.
So he was speaking there just before the general election, and there it was that the then just political leader of the National Democratic Congress was complaining. Yeah, he did complaining, so he was complaining about the fact that the Chinese built houses were there, empty, locked up with security, that people couldn't go down and see it. Yeah, let me take it back from here. Yeah,
themselves. It is criminal to have a woman with children in those conditions, and you have the current housing scheme provided by the people of China still locked up, still closed up.
Well, you have quite a few people in Belmont, to be specific, in Jean Anglais in St. George, who are still struggling to get their houses back. And I dare say, sir, that you have the houses, the same Chinese houses, you had them locked down, you had them locked up. You changed the security. So your problem wasn't that there was security. It seems that your problem was that the security wasn't the security that you wanted there. So now they have security there. It's just different security that fired the last set. They hired new security for there, but the houses are still empty. And it's a people house that burn in St. David. At least 5 different houses burn in St. David between last year and this year, probably even more. I'm just remembering about 5. So you're telling me that it was wicked. That's what he was saying, you know. Yeah, that is what the present Prime Minister was saying. He was saying it's wicked. No, I ain't taking the calls. No, when I was looking to take the call, Oli wasn't calling. No, I'm sorry, I can't take the calls now. We're playing clips now. Yeah. When he was speaking there, he was saying it is wicked to have people in need. There's a lady, he said the lady had children and she in need. An NNP government have the Chinese built houses lock up. That the Chinese hand them over how long? An NNP government have the houses lock up there and empty. And their security, nobody can, don't take my word for it, aim for yourself.
While they can catch themselves. It is criminal to have a woman with children in those conditions, and you have the current housing scheme provided by the people of China still locked up, still closed up. An entire year after it was handed over to you by the Chinese government. So you prefer your people to remain homeless and to be on the street than to give them housing that was not provided by you, that was not built by you.
Yeah, it was not provided by you. It was not built by you. It was the New National Party that secured it, especially after your political organization back prior to 2013 gave up houses. So we wasn't supposed to be talking about no current housing scheme because your political organization, through your now ambassador to Cuba, gave up those houses. Yeah, they gave up those houses. It's amazing how people has changed.
But that is part of a grant from the Chinese government, yet you have security guarding the complex.
So anybody in St. David's that driving and so on, make a drive down to that complex tomorrow and tell me if you could just drive in. Tell me if you could just go and watch any of the apartments and the houses and so on. Tell me if you could just go inside there and if security ain't blocking you. If security is there just to make sure nobody ain't thief, or if security is there to block you from entering. Because according to what the now Prime Minister, then just political leader of the NDC is saying, to do such a thing would be wrong. To have people who need place to stay and you had them outside would be wrong.
Empty. And our citizens can't even drive down to examine the quality of the housing.
So all you could drive down now, somebody in St. David, or let me know, somebody in St. David, let me know if you all can drive down, if you all can walk around and go and check out the place. Nice? Good.
Under the National Democratic Congress government, that will end.
Because remember, you hear what you just said? Under the National Democratic Congress government, that will end.
Democratic Congress government, that will end. And the people in our communities who are vulnerable and who need the houses will be given the houses.
All right, so the people in the community who are vulnerable, not the people who could come up with a 55,000, not the people who could come up with a 70,000. The people who in the community are vulnerable and need the houses are the ones. Let me hear him again.
And the people in our communities who are vulnerable and who need the houses will be given the houses.
Not the people who have 55,000, not the people who have 70,000, not the people who have the ability to go to a commercial bank and secure the loan to buy said house. No, the people who are vulnerable and who need the houses are the ones who would get it. Yeah, but the houses are still locked up. Yeah, we have a caller online. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Sheldon. Good night.
Hi, good night, good night.
Yeah, it's a long time, but you know, I had to start a little bit, so you have to bear with me.
Go ahead.
Oh, God, I know
Go ahead.
things are not so nice, but you have to bear with me a little bit because I want to make sure when I'm making my point that I'm making good points.
Go ahead, caller. Go ahead.
All right. Sheldon, is one thing I want to say that there was no time, and there was no time in the history of Grenada, Carriacou, and Peter Matnick that any citizen walking in any building without security. But first of all, I must let you know that the company, the security company that was guarding those housing, so-called housing, the condos, as it is called presently, they have changed them. They have fired the first contractor and they contracted to somebody else. So every day and night there is security in the complex, the housing complex in Corinth. And no individual, no community personnel, well, there is a long road passing just underneath there. You can stay at a little distance. But if you want to examine the house, you have to get a permission via the constituency office or from the security committee or the security officers or the person in charge to inspect, because they will ask you what you come in here to do. That is the first question. So there is no time at all. And I want to speak, there is no time at all. There is not any security there. From since the inception of the houses up to today. So I'm saying that to let you know that the housing that was supposed to be given to the poor and vulnerable, as was dictated by our beloved and caring Prime Minister, that the poor and vulnerable will be receiving, is now sold to them and they cannot afford to buy it. So I am just saying, you don't have the privilege to visit as you want and to go and see how the unit is being done, what has been done, what is available. You don't have that privilege now because you have to get pass to visit that condos, as it's called, because it's no longer housing unit for the poor and vulnerable. It is called condos now. So I just want to make that point and let you know what is happening in Corinth, in St. David's, as it is, as it stands to date. The new security company, people don't get pass to go in there. You're not allowed. And I could testify to that because I have a friend, a good friend that is working there, and he tell me the same thing as I'm speaking now. He told me that personally. People can go out, just walk in and go and look at the houses. You have to come there with a pass, or they have to send you there from the ministry as it is. Otherwise, the security wouldn't allow you to go there. Thank you very much.
All right, caller. Thank you so very much. According to the caller, it is now it's no longer, it's condos. Yeah, it's for the poor and vulnerable. It's not I know you and that is thing for the poor and vulnerable. No, them kind of I wonder what else he say in relation to this kind of thing. Let me see. I might be able to find something else that he say. Let me see what else he say in relation to that, boy.
It's going to huff, it's going to puff, and it's going to blow the house down. It is the people who are going to be saying so. And so let me say this. Particularly to our senior citizens, our citizens who are unemployed, those who are living in poor housing conditions, those who are on the seed program, those who are the contract workers, those who are the money workers. If somebody is threatening you if somebody is intimidating you, if somebody is telling you you shouldn't do what you want to do, you shouldn't have the right to choose, that is not somebody who's seeking your interests. That is somebody who is seeking their interests. And their sole interest is to remain in power. It isn't to give you better housing. Because if they had a better housing program, they would have told you about it. If they cared about the conditions in which you live in, the Chinese housing project in Corinth would be open and Grenadians would be living in it. But instead, 7 days before an election, the Chinese housing program is still closed up. It is still closed up, and we have Grenadians who don't have places to stay, who don't have homes to live in, and it is closed. And not only is it closed, they have security guarding an empty building. I don't know if that is where the oil and the gas money is being stored. But I don't see why you'd want to have security guarding an empty building that was meant to provide housing for Grenadians, for the people of St. David. And yet still it is closed up. You have security there. You can't even drive into the compound to even see what they look like.
Yeah, it's not me saying empty. It's the man saying he own thing. The man say that was 7 days before the general election. And you hear what the man say. It's not me say it. The man say he own thing. Yeah, the man talk about contract workers. He talk about the fact that, they don't like people. That's what he claiming is a fact. I don't find it as a fact. But he claiming, they don't like people. And that's why people need house and they had them house lock up. Yeah, 3 days before election. And they have them house and them lock up. Yeah, they lock up them house. Yeah, let me hear him again, man. Let me hear him again. I think hearing him once on that particular one. Yeah, let's take it from the top again.
It's going to puff and it's going to blow the house down. It is the people who are going to be saying so. And so let me say this. Particularly to our senior citizens, our citizens who are unemployed, those who are living in poor housing conditions, those who are on the seed program, those who are the contract workers, those who are the money workers. If somebody is threatening you, if somebody is intimidating you, if somebody is telling you you shouldn't do what you want to do, you shouldn't have the right to choose.
Yeah, like if you want the right to choose on Independence Day, if you want to play music in your business place, or if you want to have a function and sell tickets for your function and so, right. So you should have the right to choose, innit? Yeah. If you don't have the right to choose, it means who take away that right from you is wicked, isn't it? Yeah, doesn't it? You should have the right to choose. And if you don't have that right to choose, it means
if somebody
took that right away from you. We go hear what the Prime Minister say in relation to that. He wasn't Prime Minister yet, but we go hear what he had to say.
If somebody is telling you you shouldn't do what you want to do, you shouldn't have the right to choose, that is not somebody who's seeking your interests. That is somebody who is seeking their interests. And their soul is...
So that is why Olio cut off the music on Independence Day. So people couldn't have the local activities with the amplified music. And okay, we understand now. All right.
Is to remain in power. It isn't to give you better housing. Because if they had a better housing program, they would have told you about it. If they cared about the conditions in which you live in, the Chinese housing project in Corinth would be open and Grenadians would be living in it.
So I assume that now people are living in those houses. We assume that it's open and people live in there. Nice.
But instead, 7 days before an election, the Chinese housing program is still closed up.
And now, 622 days after the general election with you as Prime Minister, the Chinese housing projects, all of them, are still closed up.
It is still closed up, and we have Grenadians who don't have places to stay, who don't have homes to live in, and it is closed. And not only is it closed, they have security guarding an empty building. I don't know if that's where the oil and the gas money is being stored. But I don't see why you'd want to have security guarding an empty building that was meant to provide housing for Grenadians, for the people of St. David. And yet still it is closed up. You have security there. You can't even drive into the compound to even see what they look like.
So maybe people could drive in. Let me know. Anybody in St. David, I know my good partner Mando just called and he tell us his view. Maybe it have other people who have the ability to drive down. We know definitely that the security that were there, according to what we were told by the last caller, they lose their contract. So they can't go there again. Yeah, they out of that. That is, yeah, they have nothing to do with down there again and that kind of thing. I wonder if we have anything else, boy?
Who require housing will be able to apply in a transparent and fair manner and get the housing that is available and standing there but have not been distributed to us. So to the women, the single women in particular, raising children and who don't have a place to stay, I can assure you that not only will the Chinese housing be available, but that the National Democratic Congress intends to roll out a housing plan to improve the housing stock throughout the length and breadth of Petit Martinique, Carriacou, and Grenada. And we've already begun to identify lands in St. David where we can carry out that housing project.
So folks, we're still waiting to find out where those lands are. What is the housing project? We haven't seen that housing project taking place at all. Yeah? And remember, this is the individual that said 7 days before an election and the Chinese house is still locked up. It's still locked up. 7 days before election. Now it's 600 exactly, 622 days after the June 23rd general election saying Grenada. 1 year, 8 months and 13 days, or 20 months and 13 days, or 88 weeks and 6 days, 444 weekdays, or 1.7 years. All right. So after that time, they are still empty. What say you now? It's not a year since the Chinese gave the keys over now. You hold the keys now. Are the poor and vulnerable people able to pay the 55,000 and the 70,000 that you all asking them to pay for the apartments there? The single mothers, are they able to secure the financing to be able to go and purchase one of those units? Let's go to the WhatsApp line. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night, Sheldon.
Hey, sir.
Yeah, what going on?
Good man. You go right ahead. You're live.
All right. Yeah. I'm not home right now, but I'm just calling you and I listen to the program right now, but I'm just making a phone call to you. Like the program working because the police came down in Baylight today and giving leaflet of the prisoner. So thing working. The program working. You working.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. They come on. Yeah, they come giving leaflet and thing. I end up getting one.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Yeah, and me and some guys was outside the road speaking a while ago,
mm-hmm.
and they tell me to really voice their opinion. Sheldon, the minimum wage you work for the people are working on the road too.
It's for every single person in the state of Grenada who is carrying out a monthly task.
Well, the person tell me they working on the road. The person tell me they getting $300 and something. And the 15th,
they're doing are they the people that doing the fortnight, like the 14 days, or they're doing a full month's work?
Well, them people are them who working on the road. I think them is the permanent workers. I think they have on the road now.
You mean the ones who are there month to month? They are there every month.
Yes, month to month. Yeah, month to month. But you know they're gonna pay on the 15th. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No,
right.
The government, it's clear, my friend, that the government is breaking its own law that it just put in place. The government needs to be taken to task. And whether it's
because
done...
just tell them I come and call you, no one tell you that.
Yeah, whether it's done by the trade union movement, whether it's done by the average citizens, the non-governmental organizations, or the opposition, the government needs to be called. I know the opposition has been doing it, but the others need to join in. Because you passed the minimum wage order. It was a campaign promise, you know. They promised during the campaign they're going to do the minimum wage. They rushed, they do the minimum wage. Yeah, without taking into consideration the other aspects of increasing minimum wage, yes, it might help the employees, but what does it do to the employers? Right? So they didn't take that into proper consideration. They came up with their formula, and now they themselves as an employer are unable or incapable of paying the new minimum wage, because you have many workers, the cooks in the schools, they're still waiting for the minimum wage. Yes, so much less the people who are the environmental wardens. The cooks in the schools waiting on the minimum wage, and you have many other categories of people in the public service waiting on it.
Yeah, because I tell you, I know come out from all the road that we were speaking about that. You have a worker, she say how the minimum wage do apply to them. They say it do apply to them because look how the amount of money she getting. So I say, well, I go and call sheldon, no one tell them about that. And then here's something again. Then a Imani worker and a nurse. I won't say where the nurse really working, but a nurse. She said to me that up to this blessed day, she don't get your money yet.
Yeah, it's happening, especially within the Ministry of Health. Many of the doctors have not yet received the 1,000 honorarium that they promised them. Those doctors have not received it as well, much less the nurses.
And the Imani told me, Sheldon, that she's supposed to get $1,200 a month. She get $350 and the 15 gone there. $350. Because say when she calls the supervisor, they say the supervisor calling them and she, like the only beating the woman around the bushes and kind of thing. Sheldon, what really going on? What's going on?
My friend, I will be doing a program pretty shortly. We're going to delve into some aspects of that. Yeah, I promise you that.
All right, and I want to say one thing again, Sheldon. The children in Baylai want the swing the premises promise them.
Oh, he promised a lot of things.
You understand?
You'll be surprised when he promised. You'll be surprised.
I want the fire truck too.
Okay, my brother.
Thank you very much.
Right, thank you. You might be very surprised the way he promised the people of La Colombe. Anyhow, yeah, it was very interesting, that La Colombe meeting. Yeah. And now some of them people in La Colombe saying no. Yeah, it's wicked to have them houses and don't distribute them. That is wickedness. They're wicked. Anybody that had the houses and they don't giving it out, they're wicked. Yeah, man.
And so let me say this. Particularly to our senior citizens, our citizens who are unemployed, those who are living in poor housing conditions, those who are on the seed program, those who are the contract workers, those who are the money workers. If somebody is threatening you, if somebody is intimidating you, if somebody is telling you you shouldn't do what you want to do, you shouldn't have the right to choose, that is not somebody who's seeking your interests. That is somebody who is seeking their interests. And their sole interest is to remain in power. It isn't to give you better housing. Because if they had a better housing program, they would have told you about it. If they cared about the conditions in which you live in, the Chinese housing project in Corinth would be open and Grenadians would be living in it. But instead, 7 days before an election, the Chinese housing program is still closed up. It is still closed up, and we have Grenadians who don't have places to stay, who don't have homes to live in, and it is closed. And not only is it closed, they have security guarding an empty building. I don't know if that is where the oil and the gas money is being stored. But I don't see why you'd want to have security guarding an empty building that was meant to provide housing for Grenadians, for the people of St. David. And yet still it is closed up. You have security there. You can't even drive into the compound to even see what they look like.
Folks, we have a call online. Hello, good night.
Good night, Sheldon.
Hi, good night, my dear.
I can't believe a big man so talking this jackassness. He's a real pussy.
Oh, God. Language, my dear. Hello? Hello? Oh gosh, she gone one time. She vex. Oh gosh. Well, we want to know because now it's 622 days, 620. I give already full countdown. We have a caller online. Good night. Oops. Oh dear caller, sorry. That last caller, sorry, that is my mistake. I pushed the wrong button first. Yeah? 440-7377. That's 440-7377. Let's go to the phone line. Hello, good night.
Sheldon Scott, good night. How you doing?
Camille Teresa Scott, good night to you, my love.
Yes, good night, and good night to the president. I also want to say good night to my son in America and my daughter, Patty and Matthew, and my cousin, Darlington and Sheila Chase, Mr. Watts, and everybody's listening to me. Sheldon, no disrespect, but as a woman does speak plain. I doesn't hold back. There is certain things I will say and yet things I won't say on your program. So don't cut me off. Let me tell you something. I am not going to struggle to pay me my bill, my cable bill, and to watch Deacon Mitchell on your program. I don't want to watch that. I don't watch this people and them. I don't like that man. I am not afraid to say, Mr. Deacon Mitchell, I don't like you. You know the reason why I don't like you? You don't like people. I don't like you, sir. And every time I see you, I want to vomit. This is the truth. I am not a well woman. I'm sick. I am in a lot of pain, and I don't go in tongue and hustle my money and come to watch you on television running your mouth about the house. Why don't you give them the house? If Michelle government didn't want to give them the house, you come now. Make it a reality and give the house to them. I don't like it, sir. And if I have to make a jail for that, I'll make the jail. If I'm wrong for saying I don't like you, and you don't like that, send and pick me up and put me in Richmond Hill. I don't like you, sir. God hear me. I respect communion, but I don't like you. You have to change your attitude, sir. And all the supporters who hear me say that tonight, come and deal with me. I'm waiting for you. Because I don't want nobody to sweet. You understand? People suffering. I sure Sheldon a medication today I was buying getting $80. $80. Something for my foot. I have to use on my foot. $80. And I make my contribution to Grenada, Carriacou. I work in the Ministry of Finance for years. Up for the government of Grenada. And I deserve that if I go to the health center, I should get a little tablet. I have to send in America and beg my children and friends, Darlington Chase, Bernadette Chase, Marilyn Chase. I have to beg my cousin and them to send an ointment. I pay for $60. Look at Sheldon, they are not lying. I'm not lying like some people that meeting him and telling they don't get paid and they get paid. You understand? I don't want to tell no lies. My son does send the medication for me. Party, sure. Someone doesn't want me to call it. Party does send for me. I thank God for Peter David. That's a man that look out for me anytime. Dr. Mitchell, whenever a man travel anyway, and I give him the ointment, he just bring it back. Guys think that have love for people. So I have to love them. Who give love, get love. If you start to give them people love, you're going to get love little. If you give love, you're going to get love. Mr. London go get love. She just give love. She'll call to know if you're all right. Dr. Mitchell will call in the morning to know if you're good. In the night, he'll call. Thumbs up to you, sir. He's a blessed man. Pedro will call. Other people will call to know if you're all right. Or they send me a text and tell me stay safe and stop bothering me people. You have people in Grenada, they have all radio program. They know how to live. They know how to beg. They know how to get money to pay the rent. I have two soap food. Two soap food. Dr. Dominguez told them also just treat me for them veins. They cut the vein, they scrape it, and that now is trouble. I can't sleep at night, whole night. I don't like you. I have no apology. Let me put out me, I don't like you. You don't like people. You're supposed to love people. And then you will get love from the Grenadian people. And I'm so sorry for them, money. Sheldon, give me a time. I don't sorry for them. It's good for them. They shouldn't even get 350. They shouldn't get nothing. Because all you talk bad mind. All you used to get money for your boss. And all you used to get a little $700. Or you too greedy. Half a loaf is better than none. And this is not a joke. Nobody man is complaining to me. The nurses, one police officer come to me today, and if I lie, Papa God could take my breath. He said, Miss Kami, I'm going to the police office of the fort. He said, I'm leaving the police force. He tell me that. I don't know if he lie, but he tell me he's going to leave the police force. And more than one just complain with the treatment they're getting, or they don't like what's going on with their colleagues. We is suffering in Grenada. I have a little blood on sale. Somebody bring a piece of yam. I have a little yam bed in the yard. But Grenadians is going through a struggle. The struggle is real out there. This is not no fake. We don't want to call talking point and lie. The struggle is real. I go and get things every day. You go in Grenada pharmacy. Anybody I send, they know what I send for. I have to buy the Voltaren. I have to buy the Cocodomal. I have to buy me ointment. When my son does send, when you reach in Grenada. The struggle is real. And last, you have some people some Grenadians that living in America and England. They don't hear me calling the radio station. When they come to visit, they feel like they're in town with a pan begging. I don't begging. I have a job, and that job I have a small business. Register with the government of Grenada, making an honest dollar and helping people. Before I go Sheldon, whenever I make a little money in my place, the profit, I just buy something and send in the homes. Any of the homes in Grenada, buy pampers and send for them. So you all don't come here and come and speak to me all you want and eat a begging. I am not a beggar. You have Grenadians that begging, they do me by spite, but I'm not a beggar. I'll work for my dollar. Have a good night, Grenada. Who vex, I don't live in my, none of you. I live in my own little house. Have a good night.
Good night,
Kami.
I'm mute my mic. I'm mute my
mic.
I'm mute my mic so I wouldn't interfere with you while you're talking. I had my mic on mute to let you say what you had to say.
Well, I say what to say. I don't like that man. That man have a mother and father, and he has sisters and brothers, yeah, aunts and cousins. You yourself, you don't like Dr. Mitchell and the people when they was in power. You in power now. Try and do something different. That people could, you go along in the Guinness Book of Record. You got to go along in the Guinness Book of Record as the worst prime minister that passing Grenada as a young man. And they say you're bright. You're not bright. You're supposed to love people. But you could have all the money in the world, all the material things, and you might end up miserable. Miserable.
Kami?
There is a God above. Good night.
Good night, Kami. Kami is not that I'm laughing at today. The part I'm laughing at as you tell me you ain't paying cable bill to see your face. That is the part I'm laughing at. Let's go to the WhatsApp line. Hello, good night.
Good night, Sheldon.
Hi, good night, my dear. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm quite fine, actually. You go right ahead.
Sheldon, I want to tell the nation tonight, it is time for Deacon and his boys to pack up and leave. We had enough of them. We tired.
Well, there are many who agree with you.
Time for Deacon to leave. This lion boy and them. This little boy and them will come to run Grenada here. And he listen. When you listen to these tape that you're playing there. Deacon and them doing worse. When you say that the houses lock up still, what happened to the houses now? Is they open? Is people in it? I know people that are patiently waiting. They get the money, they're waiting to get a house. Why can't open? Why can't give the house to people? Why hate people so? Time for Deacon to go. I'm tired.
All right, my dear.
Bye. Have a good night.
Thank you. 440-7377-347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to get onto the inside. Yeah, they had a lot to say during the campaign about all kind of... I want to hear something on contract again. Let me see if I could find something on contracts and what they were saying. Cammy, you got to excuse me. Might have to put a sheet in front of the TV or something. Yeah, you might have to put a sheet or something in front of the TV for this one. Nice, right. Let me see what they were saying there.
We're supposed to be able to speak to power with authority. If you're doing wrong, we're supposed to tell you you're doing wrong and you have to fix your ways. You can't threaten my job. They can't threaten my job, and that's why we don't want this contract thing, because they're abusing it, brothers and sisters. You have nurses on contract for years, nurses, and we don't have enough. You have teachers on contract for years, and we don't have enough. And Grenadians, we taking that? We're not taking that again. We're not taking that again. We're standing up this time.
Yeah, so nurses all here, we're not taking that again. We're standing up this time. Yeah? Nurses, you all heard the man. We are standing up this time. We're not taking that again. Yeah? We're not taking that again. We're standing up. So when they come with nurses, nursing assistants, because the contract is basically the same thing that they've offered you. When you see this word here, contract agreement, we're not taking it. We're standing up against that. We're not taking it. We've got a call online. Good night.
Yeah, hello. Good night.
Hi, good night.
Yeah, Sheldon, something going on, and I want you to find out about that from people.
Mm-hmm.
Working in the Northeast.
Mm-hmm.
The contract was taking place in the Northeast on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Now the work closed down. Workers can't get paid. And we don't know what going on. We don't know if it's the government. We don't know if it's the company. And we don't think. I tell you, since January up to now, I ain't get paid yet. You understand what I'm telling you?
Well, government has said that they do not have a money problem. They have a lot of money. They said they do not have a money problem. They were blaming certain people within the ministry. They say we have money. So they can't say they don't have money to pay all this. So I don't know what's the excuse now.
I think they better come out and say something. It's either them or the company. So somebody has to say something, because workers are who get contract and who work under the company and who work in contract. Nobody will get no money. The whole place closed down. Only security are in the place. You understand? I tell you, over a whole month now, I stay home and I can't get my money. So I don't know what's going on. I don't hear nothing.
All right.
Right?
Okay, caller. I'll follow up on that one for you.
Yeah.
Okay, great. 440-7377. The government has said that they do not have a problem with funds. They don't have a problem. I wonder if I have that clip somewhere around here. They said they do not have a problem with money. They have money. They say it's a set of people within the ministry and thing that doing thing. Yeah, they say they have money. Let me see. No, that's what they ponging down door. No, I don't think that is it. I think this one might be it. Let me see. I think they say they have, they have money. So let's see.
Understanding these things.
No, I think that's the wrong one. Let me get the correct one. I think this is the correct one, I think.
I heard the president of the trade union movement. Not heard. Somebody sent me a post that the president of the trade union movement put on his Facebook page, complaining about late payment. Well, there was a post, and I think he was also on MTV. Yeah, I think I saw a clip on MTV as well. So what I would like to say to the leadership of the trade union movement is that, and it's a matter that came up. It's a matter that came up during the minimum wages consultation, the question of productivity and giving a fair day's work for a fair day's pay. Because the fact is that we do not have an issue of resources or finances with which to meet government's monthly commitment. We do not have an issue of resources of
Right, so you realize she said that they do not have a problem with resources. They have money, so they can pay.
finances with which to meet government's monthly commitment.
Let me take it back a little further. Yeah. Yeah, let's just...
Of productivity and giving a fair day's work for a fair day's pay. Because the fact is that we do not have an issue of resources or finances with which to meet government's monthly commitment. We do not have an issue of resources or finances with which to implement the budgetary measures. So,
in short, that's a nice way of saying we have a lot of money, right? So they have the money. Yeah? It's just that they are incompetent. They've tried implementing things without thinking them through and looking at the possible outcomes of what they're trying to implement. So they are overburdening various sectors of the public service and then blaming the sectors that they have overburdened for being overburdened. Like the people overburdened themselves. No, them overburdened them. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on the inside. We not taking it. We not taking it. Yeah, we not taking it. Cammy, hide your TV again. Hide your TV again, Cammy.
People have voted you into power, and the next day you're firing people. They will vote you out. It's as simple as that. So for all of the workers, the manis, the contract workers, those persons who are receiving the seed money, I want better for you. I want more for you. And therefore, when I said, for example, with the contract workers, that we will regularize your status, it is not about money. It is about the fact that you are doing a job that we know is a job that is required all the time. You don't require a nurse part-time. You don't require a teacher part-time. So why would you have our teachers and nurses working on contract for 8 and 9 and 10 and 11 years? It is because you want to be able to control them. You want to intimidate them. And we are saying we will end that by ensuring that all of the vacant positions within the public service are regularized and filled. We want our workers to be able to go to the bank with their job letter to get a loan. We want our workers to be able to get their pensions when they retire. If you are working on contract, you will not get a pension. And these things are schemes designed to prevent you from getting the pensions.
Yeah, folks, just remember that's the same people again. Just remember that's the same people that gave the nurses, gave the nurses this, Who talking about if you're on contract and thing. And remember, they also backdated this one. They backdated it to the 1st of June, even before they came into office. They came into office, well, they won the election on the 23rd of June. And the Prime Minister, I believe, was sworn in on the 24th of June and the rest of the cabinet sometime later, right? So they backdated it to before all of that, to the 1st of June 2022. And they've been asking the nursing assistants to sign these. Yeah? Insert name in the red spot there. Yeah, they've been asking the nursing assistants to sign these. But they didn't believe in contract work, ain't it? Yeah, they didn't believe in contract work in truth. 440-7377, that's the number for you to get on the inside. Hello, good evening.
Shell, I'm sorry to call back. I don't want to beg you for a little advertisement.
Yeah, no
with
problem.
some things I have to sell. The struggle is real, as I said.
Yes, ma'am.
I want some of my customers to know I have cocoa, I have asham, and I have some little clothes selling out cheap for children, $10. Because I don't want you to dry rot. So anybody is listening, or you pass, I have little things selling out boxers, and anybody as farmers that have land and they have sweet potatoes and they have yam, I don't mind getting some to buy so I could sell over. I don't want nobody go and teach things and bring for me to buy. You have to be, you're making your own garden. Farmers that have yam, I don't mind getting some and some sweet potatoes. I don't want nobody kick up and come by me because we have cameras. We have cameras in the terminal and the police just watch you come and sell things for people. Make sure you have your farmer's ID card. I have my ID card. So anybody have yam and sweet potatoes, dry coconut, I would like to get some to buy to sell over. Okay? And I have little things selling. I still have talking point jerseys, some jerseys, little children, little jerseys for $10. Like children 10 and 11 years. I want to sell them out. And I have some caps. I sell it out. You can have me rent to pay. If I don't pay me rent, they go throw me out. Because the NBC government are in power, you know. So they'll do anything in their power to throw me out. I just pay me rent on time, but I need little money to pay me rent. Right? Sheldon, I just load on my TV when you bring them on. I just load it down to 0. And I just close my eyes. I don't want to see them. No. I don't like them things. I don't like what they're saying. You have to love people. God is love, and you have to love people. You have to treat people right. When you get old, somebody will remember you did something good for them. They might cross you across the street. So yeah? Right.
All right,
So that's the reason I just thank Dr. Michelle Peter David. God bless that boy. Pedro, God bless that boy. Mr. Yolan Ben. They have to change the attitude inside there. And they go get love. You have to give love to get love. Good night, Grenada. And to my friend in Grenville and the lady in Carriacou. I can't remember all your name. Thank all the people that have come and buy a little water. Also, you, Sheldon Scott, always give me a little support. I'm grateful because I'm going through a rough time. Okay?
All right, my
I don't
dear.
have to be ashamed. I'm going through a rough time. And thanks to my family and friends in America and abroad. It is rough. Have a good night, everybody.
All right, Camille Teresa
Bye-bye.
Scott. So, folks, Camille have cocoa ball, and I know she has some wicked cocoa ball day. Yeah, make sure you give her a check out. We've got a caller online. Good night.
Hey, Sheldon.
Hi, good night. Go right
you,
ahead.
man?
I'm quite fine. You go right ahead.
But Sheldon, when I listen to that clip, the clip with them people, the Prime Minister and the Attorney General, we are talking ourselves. Even the clone, the twin sister were talking here. Right? These are the same people who talk about contract work is illegal. The same people who talk about contract work is illegal, Brother Sheldon. So I don't know if there is some contract work that is illegal and some contract work is illegal. Contract means contract. Right? And when you say contract means the same thing. Right? So if the Prime Minister was saying during the election campaign, those workers who was working, there was the government is eating them illegally, and then when they retire, they had nothing to get. So now it come now like the same illegal work that was illegal and NMP, and there's no benefit for them when they think the same contract work now they give in. So they I wonder if they get any benefit to get, if they when they retire, if they pension to get. I wonder what is that? So like in one more they saying something is illegal, it's something that is illegal, but Sheldon, the same thing they continue to do. And you have the Attorney General saying they have money. So if they have money, and you say the minimum wage, nobody should be working less than 1,002 or whatever, based on what they are supposed to get. Why they why they are not getting what they are supposed to be getting? What is the problem? If they're working for that, the minimum will be 1,000 something. Nobody getting less than that. You have to give the people what you say you give them. But some are getting less. They do, right? I know you okay. Right? Some people are getting 1,003 something in the money based on their qualifications. Some are getting $700. Those who get also getting 3 something. will take out something from it, so they get that $1,000. And those who are working same for $700, you add $500 more with it. So them who was qualified, they're not getting less. And them who was less qualified, they getting more. Brother Sheldon, I don't know that this government, they don't thinking.
All right.
They don't thinking. They have a head, but they don't thinking. They dream about something, and the money they get when they do something without thinking what they do.
Okay.
So Brother Sheldon, have a blessed night.
Thank you. 440-7377. That's a 440-7377. And we've got a call online. Hello, good night.
Good night.
Hello, good night.
Sir Scott.
Hi, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, you're on.
Yeah, good night. Good
right
night.
ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scammy. Law and Carriacou say you don't want to see them. You don't want to see them. There's the devil. I agree 100%. Good night to all who listen. And good night to all the LP people there who supporting. 100%. We could come back more stronger every day. Green all the way. We know stopping. The house start and the pillar already be strong. Don't stop the project. The call will come beyond. Kami, good night to you. I sing man. Mark Denning, good night. I know you're listening.
Okay.
Chucky, big up yourself. I know you're listening too. You always tell me you hear my mouth. Yeah, Chucky, good night to you, Sharon Scott.
All right. You have a good one. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. 440-7377. You can call us directly. You can call us on the WhatsApp, and you can also call us on 347-329-3101. We've got a call on the line. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night.
Hi, good night, caller. You're live. Go right ahead.
Yeah. Sheldon, I want to know the ID office in the lines. It closed, so what really going on?
It's not supposed to be closed. It's supposed to be open.
Yeah, I see he mark close because my son going to get the ID every time he pass, they close.
So you're speaking of the constituency with the office for registration.
Yeah.
The parliamentary constituency.
You have to get your ID.
Okay. All right. Let me find out more about that. It's supposed to be open as far as I know, unless they've changed around where the office is located or so. It is supposed to be open. So I'll find out.
Yeah, sign it close. Every time I pass it, I see it close.
And you passed at different times?
Yeah.
That's an interesting one. I did not know that is taking place.
Look into this. I don't know if they close it and then next thing they call election, they say thing and call election. A lot of people don't register.
If I remember the legislation correctly, though, there is the option of registering at the main office, huh?
Yeah,
the main office in Tantine.
On the voters list, but he had an old ID. He don't have the new one yet.
Okay, I think he should be able. I'm trying to remember for sure. I believe he should be able to attend at the main office, and he should be able to register there. If I'm remembering the legislation correctly, I'll double check, and I'll let you all know on here what is the status with it, and if yes or no, you can register at the main office in Tantine.
Yeah, and where the main office is?
It's located in Tantine, right above Old Trafford there.
Yeah, but he finishing work 4:30.
Oh, okay. But let me find out first. Yeah, let me find out first if indeed he could register there and what is taking place there. I'll make a call tomorrow.
Yeah. Look into it.
No problem, my dear. I had no idea that was taking place.
There all the time. Pass there, you go see.
Yeah, I passed, but I didn't pass in, so I didn't know. So I'll check on it for you. Definitely,
okay,
because that is worrisome. Okay,
yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, folks, I had no idea that situation was existing. Up to recently, to me, I saw one of the staff heading there. I know one of the people. I've seen one of the people. I know that's where they work, and I saw them heading that direction. So I don't know if they have moved the office or if that office is closed for some reason or the other. Now, for South St. George, there are two. There's one in Springs, and there's that one for the southern side, for the southern side then. Yeah? But I'll have to find out. Yeah, I'll definitely. Thank you so very much for that call, caller. I will definitely have to find out about that. 440-7377. That's 440-7377 for those who just joining. Yeah, let me give them a reminder. Yeah, we will give them a reminder. Yeah, let me remind them of what was being said on the thing. Yeah, Cammy, time to close your eye and load the volume and thing. Yeah, time to do that. We have to give them a little reminder again for those people that are just joining. Yeah, we have to give them the reminder.
Housing while they can catch themselves. It is criminal to have a woman with children in those conditions, and you have the current housing scheme provided by the people of China still locked up, still closed up, an entire year after it was handed over to you by the Chinese government. So you prefer your people to remain homeless and to be on the street than to give them housing that was not provided by you, that was not built by you, but that is part of a grant from the Chinese government, yet you have security guarding the complex. The complex is empty, and our citizens can't even drive down to examine the quality of the housing. Under the National Democratic Congress government, that will end. And the people in our communities who are vulnerable and who need the houses will be given the houses.
So folks, Aleo, tell me if that's true. I just got a note here from a friend of mine. It says Parliamentary Electoral Office. The general public is hereby informed that the Parliamentary Electoral Elections Office and the constituency offices will be closed on Wednesday, 28th February 2024. This is to facilitate a staff development training session. But that was for the 28th of February. That was for last week, Wednesday. I'm not sure if that training continued into this week or what is taking place. So I'll have to do some more research because this speaks to the 28th of February. Today is the 6th of March. So I will have to do some extra checking in relation to that. Yes. So last week, Wednesday, all of the offices definitely were closed last week, Wednesday, because of a staff development training. If they were closed today, I've not seen a notice or anything in relation to that. So I'm not sure why it would be closed today. But for last week, it was a staff development training. Well, if they're cleaning ballot box already and they're doing staff training, and when you look under the budget for the Parliamentary Electoral Office, the budget look like an election budget. All I would say to all of you is go and register. Well, now people trying to go and register and you're hearing the situation. So we have to find out and get to the bottom of what is taking place. Maybe there was a continuation of the training because they may realize, hey, that thing coming up soon, so we have to do some training and so with the workers and so they understand what to do in a campaign. All right? Yeah, so that could be the reason. You never know. So we'll find out what is taking place. Maybe we need to put a call through to the Parliamentary Electoral Office and ask them the question, why the office in the south was closed today, or whatever days they were closed on, why were they closed and so on. Or if they are closed at a particular time and open at another time or so, if it's a situation with staffing that they have only one staff member and sometimes they have to go out and do different things, whatever it is, they need to at least let the public know. You call Shaggy in the morning and say, yeah, let's call Shaggy and then call Shaggy. Or you could call Shaggy and say, Shaggy, good night, sir. Yeah, wherever you are. 440-7, we clear the box. 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. Yeah. Boy, that had to be wicked thing. All you can't do people them kind of thing. All you could do that is wicked thing to do, to go and treat people them kind of way they and thing. Yes, so let me hear what else they had to say, man. They had real thing to say, you know, so let me hear what they had to say. Nice, we hearing what they had to say. Nice.
It's going to huff, it's going to puff, and it's going to blow the house down. It is the people who are going to be saying so. And so let me say this. Particularly to our senior citizens, our citizens who are unemployed, those who are living in poor housing conditions, those who are on the seed program, those who are the contract workers, those who are the money workers. If somebody is threatening you, if somebody is intimidating you, if somebody is telling you you shouldn't do what you want to do, you shouldn't have the right to choose, that is not somebody who's seeking your interests. That is somebody who is seeking their interests. And their sole interest is to remain in power. It isn't to give you better housing. Because if they had a better housing program, they would have told you about it. If they cared about the conditions in which you live in, the Chinese housing project in Corinth would be open and Grenadians would be living in it. But instead, 7 days before an election, the Chinese housing program is still closed up. It is still closed up, and we have Grenadians who don't have places to stay, who don't have homes to live in, and it is closed. And not only is it closed, they have security guarding an empty building. I don't know if that is where the oil and the gas money is being stored. But I don't see why you'd want to have security guarding an empty building that was meant to provide housing for Grenadians, for the people of St. David. And yet still it is closed up. You have security there. You can't even drive into the compound to even see what they look like.
Yeah, you can't even drive in there to see what they look like. Let's go to the WhatsApp line. Hello. Oh boy, and we lost that caller. Caller call right back. Yeah, we answered, but we answered just at the point in time that you were hanging up. Because yeah, I know of at least 5 fires that took place in St. David since the Prime Minister took office. Well, at least between last year and this year. At least 5 fire. I'm talking about not just fire, burnt piece of a person's house. Whole house burned down. In one instance was about 2 or 3 houses burned down. Did they open places in the housing scheme in Corinth? The condos for the $55,000 and the $70,000 for the poor and vulnerable people who need it, the single mothers. Did he, in his own constituency, remove the security and open the place so that those people could go and stay until they get themselves on foot again? Instead of that, we jamming and kumuse themselves by different people all over the place. Did he open the housing project so that they can go there? Yeah? Did he do that? You have the same situation. All the houses in Beaujeu sit down. All the houses in Beaujeu in St. George. The same situation as Corinth. He talking about 7 days before election. This is 600. Let me give all you the rundown again. No, I want to give all you. We go in with it. This is 622 days after the general election. Or you can count it as 1 year, 8 months, 13 days. 20 months and 30 days. 88 weekdays and 6 days. Right? 88 weeks and 6 days. 444 weekdays or 1.7 years. Yeah? We have a call online.
Hey, good night, Sheldon. How you doing?
I'm good. Go right ahead, bro.
Yeah, Sheldon, just shortly. Around the same time those clips were playing there, the now Prime Minister, then leader of NDC, he made a statement also that when you vote on election day, leave the polling booth and come back in line and wait for your friends and family. So you see from day one what was going on.
Yeah,
Remember that?
That was said, I believe, at the meeting in Pedmota Junction, just a couple days before the election. That was said at Pedmota Junction. I've got that somewhere around.
Then we just keep an eye on it. You know, we had 2 years going, so we there. Have
622 days ago, brother. Right, nice. Okay. Yeah, 622 days ago. 20 months and 13 days, 88 weeks and 6 days ago, 444 weekdays or 1.7 years. Not 7 days before a general election. Yeah? The vulnerable people still looking for housing. And they're even more vulnerable now because they cannot get to go in those houses at all. The single mothers that you were talking about with the children who need the housing. You don't know about them now. You're the same one that tell them now they have to find $55,000 for a 1-bedroom. Or if it's a double bedroom, they have to find at least 70,000. 70,000 it was, right? Or they correct me if I'm wrong. 70,000 they have to find for the 2-bedroom. And then all the local supporters are around jumping up. He right, sell it. He right, sell it. I was listening over, they had a meeting in La Colombe. Well, Papa Mwe. They had a meeting in La Colombe. And it's what the residents did. Now I realize why they ain't calling, because it's what they didn't say about the new National Party. Who say that they could never, NNP was trying to make them purchase the house, and they could never make them purchase the house because it was a gift from the Venezuelan government. And so now, and I confirmed it today, they have been asked to pay for the land that the house is. They say you get the house as a gift, but they're telling them they have to pay for the land. That is the residents out there in La Colombe. They have even gone as far as to send representatives to come and measure, to say, well, this is your area here, this is your boundary, so that they can pay. Yeah, because understand something here and understand the concept of what government is doing. I'm no economist. Let me just make it clear. I am no economist, and I don't feign to be one. I am no economist. But at least a little bit of common sense. Somebody say don't use common sense, but common sense could tell me exactly what they're doing. They need to increase revenue. As good as they say, oh, we had the money, we could pay this, and we had the money, we could pay that. They need to increase revenues. Because they need to increase revenues, they have two ways of doing that through taxation. It's either you increase taxes, so you move VAT from 15% to 20 or 25%, or VAT on specific items from 20 to 25%, you increase the volume of the VAT, or you increase the amount of people paying a particular tax. What they are attempting to do is get those residents in La Colombe to start paying land tax. So instead of just saying, we want you to pay land tax, but we're going to gift you the land that the house is on, because you've already paid, what, $2,500 or something like that, under $3,000 though, they paid at the point in time that they were getting the houses, and that was under the last NDC. At the time they were getting the houses, they had to pay $2,000 something, and that was in relation to the paperwork and the administrative fee, I think that's what they called it, before they were able to secure the house, right? So now, this government is saying to them, in some instances, I'm hearing figure of $5,000 being called. Yeah? And unlike other people, I have a soft heart. I just feel it for people. And I know many of the people inside there cannot pay it. There are people inside there who are disabled on the SEED program. And you expect these people to be able to pay $5,000 for the property that they own? And after they pay that $5,000, you enter them now as people that pay in tax. So the whole of La Colombe, they already calculate how much money on a yearly basis they're going to make in land tax off of La Colombe. That is why they're trying to bribe, say it straight, jail me. They're trying to bribe many people in different areas. They want to break River Road. They want to break into River Road politically. They want to get into River Road. So they tell the people in River Road, we are going to regularize you. We are going to give you the land that you're on. But it's the same thing. They want to give them the land that they're on because they want to be able to collect taxes from them. They want to regularize that, yeah, you own this piece of land, you own this piece of land. And again, if they're doing that in La Colombe, then they're going to ask these people to pay something. Yeah, they're going to ask them to pay something for it. They're not just going to give them the piece of land and say, well, this is yours. They're going to ask them to pay something because you see the precedent set by it already. So if you increase, if there are 5,000 people that are living on these properties and so, and they are not paying land tax and so, they are trying to bring these people into the fold so that they now pay land tax and they increase the amount of money they get in taxation. They increase the amount of money coming into the treasury. Yeah? But all they have to do is say that now. Stop trying to make it look like you all are so magnanimous and you're so like people. So you're trying to empower them and you give it. Just say, hey, we need more money in the treasury. That is why we're trying to give all you the land. Well, not give all you, but make all you purchase the land. And what happens if you're asking people to purchase the land in La Colombe and there are people that can't purchase it? Are you going to have two sets of rules? Are you going to tell one set of people, hey, you have to pay, and another set of people, you don't have to pay? Are you going to tell the mother with 3 children who is not working, you have to pay for the land? And are you going to tell the other individual, elderly, way past retirement age and so on, on the seed program, are you going to tell that person, hey, you don't have to pay? Are you going to have different sets of rules? How is this going to work out? You see, this government just does things without planning and strategizing. They just do things helter-skelter, crazy. They rush into all kind of things. That I say that does bonks because they just rushing into things. Yeah? Anyway, folks, 440-7377. We only have roughly about 10 minutes remaining. 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to get onto the inside of tonight's program. We have a caller on the WhatsApp. Good night.
Yes, good evening, Brother Sheldon.
Good evening.
Yeah, I was trying to get you, but listen, it is a good thing. The clips are really glad that clip machine is back. You know, let them hear what the lies and the deceit that they have set up the Grenadian people with. You could definitely see, and I really wish that our people could still respect the offices, you know, respect the offices. I know they're angry, you want to be hard on them, but for God's sake, Almighty's sake, be respectful still, all right? But the thing, what you're doing, the clips that you're playing, my good friend, Mr. Robinson, good friend, even our good friend, Mr. Forrester, these people should be ashamed of themselves. The Honorable Claudia Joseph, they should be really ashamed of themselves, how they lie to the people during the campaign. And you see, the thing about it is that the saying is that once you start to lie, you have to continue lying. But watch me, lie like run out of them. They don't know what to say again. So what the people of Grenada need to do, let us organize ourselves. That is our fundamental rights, right? This one, you try them and you walk in, well, let's go back to the old driver, the old bus, the old house, you know, let's go back to that and bring back some sanitation, bring back some respect. I had a good friend, the United States, called and told my cousin, Prime Minister Dickon, hey, I'm coming to you to restore democracy in the parliament and respect and things like that. Guess what? I hope she's listening. That's a disappointment. That is a disappointment. That is a disaster, not only a disappointment. So I wish that we can get things in place, registered, and prepare ourselves for that election. Something's going to happen soon, brother. I believe that. Something's going to happen really soon. So let's get our machinery organized and well oiled up and prepare for anything to come. All right? Brother Tucky, Wayne Noel, don't worry. We're going to be taking care of you soon. We're going to be doing something for you again very soon. Okay? So stay on board. You know, get your health in place, you know, and keep on keeping on. God bless you, man. You take care. Have a good night, Brother Sheldon.
Thank you, Pastor. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. We have roughly about 8 minutes remaining. Folks, remember to like and share the program. Also, remember, I find you all forget what is it again? Let me bring it up for you all. Remember, because we do have things that we do around. We do try to assist people for every now and again, and we are getting quite a few calls these days. So if you can donate, whether it's $5, $10, $20, whatever it is, just go to that link. The link is there on the YouTube and on the Facebook. You just go to that link and you can make your donation. All right? Because we do have people that we are trying to assist. Sometimes it's cases where people, their water has been cut off by NOASA. You have situations with people, Grenlec has cut them off and so on. And sometimes not for any large amount. There are people that owe $4,000 and $5,000 and they are not cut off. And you have somebody that may owe $200 or $100 and something and they are cut off. Yeah? So whatever it is that you can donate so that we can assist those who are truly, seriously needy cases, please do so that we can assist who it is that we can assist. As I said, whether it's 5, 10, 15, whatever it is, you can put it there. The link is there on the YouTube. It is there on the Facebook as well. You just have to click on it and you can donate. But before we end tonight's program, remember to like and share. Like and share. No, I ain't closing off yet. Like and share. Like and share. Cammy, close your eye.
Of work. It is the workers of our nation that have built this nation. We must encourage and reward worker productivity. Our workers must have a major stake in the economic benefits of our country. There must be an end to the so-called contract work. It is illegal.
Mr. Prime Minister, just remember, end to the so-called contract work. Let me just remind you, yeah, this is kind of like being done under your administration, even backdating to 2022. Just a reminder, Mr. Prime Minister. But anyway, continue.
The way in which the pension issue has come around 40 years later, it is the same way the contract work issue will come around if we do not solve it now. Our workers must be made permanent or be given indefinite status and be provided with job security.
Yeah, job security like this, right, Mr. Prime Minister? Because this was given to them just about 2 weeks ago. And when we talk about it on this program, then I'll tell them, oh, I'll just get them so that I could see what one look like. Let's take this call. Hello, good night. Oh boy, yeah, we lost that call. I thought I got the call, yeah. Oh, I clicked the wrong one. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night, Sheldon.
Hi, good night.
Sheldon, I was watching the news a while ago, and it seems to me like the government or the Ministry of Planning or whoever started to break down some building in Victoria out there on the beach.
No, I think
you heard about that?
I heard about the situation. It is not the PDA that's doing that one. That one is due to a court order.
Okay.
Yeah, that one is due to a court order. So I'm trying to get some more information before I speak extensively on it, though. Because as far as I know, it's due to a court order, but not the PDA. Yeah?
Because I was wondering, because I know they started the demolition drive.
Yeah, it just happened that, it's strange that it's happening at the same time, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And again,
you need to caller. The volume in the background kind of throwing me off. You need to get rid of that. Yeah. The volume in the background really throwing me off. Yeah. Go ahead now. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, the whole housing program in St. Louis, since the houses start, he had security. And the way the Prime Minister said that will stop. Now, he in power, he in charge, that he represent, that's the area, and up to now, the things, the place still has security. How they have some workers from housing that go around and clean it up and them kind of things. So that's the only thing that's and not going on. I wanted to go and see one of them houses and I couldn't even go. I live in St. David. So I don't know what he's saying. I mean, that man says so many things, and he never thought he'd be a prime minister. That's the reason why he say all this nonsense. So now reality hit him. He throwing himself under the bus. That's what he doing. He throwing himself under the bus.
Well, I driving the bus for him if you want to throw yourself under it. So I driving the bus.
Because the thing about it is, I could imagine that sometimes when I don't know if you're listening those clips.
And caller, we got to
in your program.
We got to wrap in like 30 seconds because time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
I don't know what is the situation with him, but I saw him maybe they'll feel shame and they'll tell himself, I wonder why I say these things. Because he never know that he'll have been a prime minister, and he never know how politics and the government work. So he just find himself tied up his own self. You see them things happening, and you don't even say anything because you don't know what to say. You just like to talk. You feel bright in your education, and you feel we are fools. We're just stupid. You will get what coming to him.
All right, my brother. Thank you. Yes, indeed, folks. That's all the calls we'd be able to take for tonight. Yeah, we are out. You see, when I was asking people to call earlier, people didn't call. So I can't take the calls now because I have got to go. I have to go and get the little one and everything. So, folks, that's all the time we have for our midweek meditation talking points tonight. It's always wonderful being here with you. And as I started the program, let me continue to ask you, search your children's school bags and their person. Any unauthorized items found in said school bag or on person is due for forfeiture. And what they call it again is forfeiture and they're going to take it. And forfeiture. Yeah, they just take it. And then you are due for punishment. So search your children's school bag. You might be very surprised. Don't sit down there and say, not my child and not my child. You don't know who might be bullying your child outside of the school, that they decide this morning to go in and deal with them. You don't know. Yeah? And you don't have to make it a daily thing. You can make it a random thing, because when it's a daily thing and they know the pattern, they're just going to hide it elsewhere. So sometimes you have to make it random and that sort of thing. And again, let me make that call again for all of you, especially the religious leaders, everyone who can help in a situation like this, to go to our schools and speak to some of the young people, or to interact in whichever way that the school may find it fit. Because the school just say, well, any and anybody just walk in and say, well, I come to help. You can't expose people, children like that. At least the people have to have some sort of training or understand what it is that they're going to do. So at least offer your help to schools. There are many of you elder folks and so on, church organizations, civic organizations and so, who may be willing to offer your time, even if it's just a few days a week, that you're going to go in a session and just have a conversation with some young people and that sort of thing. Yeah, but whatever you can do to assist in these situations, because remember, those weapons there that they found in some of these schools, it's not just the other students that are in danger. The teachers are in danger. This other staff, they are in danger too. The general public are in danger. They might go to part a fight between two students and one thing a knife, and you might end up being the unlucky one. So all of us have a part to play with our children. Folks, and whatever you say, whatever you do, do it safe and secure. Want to be speaking to and with you, and definitely not about you. I think I'm going to leave with this one tonight, man. Yeah, I'll change it up for tonight.
In a